Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. And as always, take that easiness with a grain of salt because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. Today's puzzle is called Metheradick by Nicholas Duhale. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyways, here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means in every cell in the grid, place a single digit from 1 through 9, such that there are no repeats in any row, column, or designated 9-cell region. Within a cage, digits must not repeat, and they sum to 14. So, for example, you could have something like, say, 3, 6, and 5 there, and that would be valid because 3, 5, and 6 add up to 14. What you could not have, though, is something like 3, 3, and 8 here, because 3, 3, and 8 add up to 14, but they have a repeat in the cage, and that is not allowed. Also, we have the sum of the digits along an arrow is equal to the digit in the connected circle. So say we did have 3 and 6 here, then this would have to be a 9 to add up to these two digits along the arrow, right? 3 and 6 add up to 9, so the digits on the arrow add up to the digit in this connected circle. And those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, so we have a lot of circles which contain the arrow parts in 2 out of the 3 cells that add up to 14 in the cages. In fact, all the arrows are like that. We also have a 2-digit sum, which add up to 14. So this must be 5, 9, or 6, 8 in those 2-cell cages. 5, 9, or 6, 8. And the interesting thing is the sum of the circles, since they are equal to 1 digit, the digit in the circle must be 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. And the digit that's not as part of the arrows in these cages must also be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here. So every digit that's in a circle and that's not part of a cage, sorry, not part of the arrow in a 3-cell cage are 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And this specifically can't be 7 and 7 to add up to 14. So this must be 5, 6, 8, and 9, right? So this plus these two must add up essentially to 2 digits. Well, we have a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this can't be 7 for the same reasoning, because this is the sum of these 2 digits. If we have 7 and 7 here, we'd have a repeat in the box. So this can't be 7. And this can't be 7 for the same reason, right? This is equal to the sum of these 2 digits. If this were 7, though, this would have to be 7 to add up to 14. And that's not allowed in this for these 2 digits. So we have a 5, 6, 8, 9 quadruplet in row 4, which eliminates 5, 6, 8, and 9 in the rest of the row. So this can't be 5, 6, 8, and 9. It's 7, which means to this arrow plus 7 adds up to, it must be 14. 14 minus 7 is 7. So we have a guaranteed 7 here. Obviously, this can't be 7 anymore. Since this can't be 7, this plus this cannot be 7 and 7. So there's no 7 there. Okay. This can no longer be 7, so that can't be 7 there. Same with this. This 7 eliminates 7 there. These can't be 7 because of the same problem. They're in the same box, so if this was 7, this would guarantee this also has to be 7, but then we'd have a repeat in the box. So we have a whole bunch of 5, 6, 8, 9 digits. And we can start differentiating these then, hopefully. Let's mark these two. So these two must add up to 14. So that's going to be 1, 5, 9, or 6, 8 pair. So we'll mark those as green and blue. These two must add up to 14 also, because this is equal to these two. This is equal to these two plus these two together add up to 14. Because these two add up to that, this one adds up to that. So we're going to make this orange and red. Well, this is equal to this, so therefore this must equal to the red. So those are the same. This cannot be green or... So green, orange, red, and blue are all different digits of either 5, 9, or 6, 8. The orange and red add up to 14, and the green and blue add up to 14. Well, this digit cannot be green or green or red. Actually, this has to be blue here, because that's the last remaining 5, 6, 8, or 9 in row 4. So this is blue. Blue plus green again adds up to 14, so this is green. That means this cannot be a blue-green pair. This has to be orange and red. Since this is an orange and red pair, this cannot be orange or red. So this must be a green-blue pair here, which means this can't be a green-blue pair. It must be either orange or red. But if this were orange, that would mean this would have to be red here, which is not allowed. So therefore, this can't be red, so that forces this to be orange, which means this can't be orange. That's red then there. These two digits add up to 14. And red cannot be either of them, right? This red sees that one, this red sees that. So this must be a blue-green pair here, which means the other ones must be a red-orange pair. And this can't be red because of red in the column, so red has to be here, which makes this orange. We have orange here, orange here. This is blue or orange, which means this is red or green here. We're not sure. Okay. Red and orange as a pair are here. They cannot be here in box 4. They cannot both be here in box 4 either. So one of them has to be in this column, at least in, right? Because if we can't have both of them here. They're obviously not green and blue, and 6 and 8 add up to 4. This is going to add up to 14, which a single digit can never be. So one out of red or orange has to be here, which means this cannot be a red-orange pair. It's blue or green, which means where is the red in row 1? Red can't be here because of reds in the boxes. Red can't be here because of the red-orange pair in the column. So red has to be here in row 1. Okay. Let's see. This digit sees all of the digits from 5, 6, 8, and 9, right? It's in the same box as green, orange, and blue, and in the same column as red. So this can never be 5, 6, 8, or 9. So this must be 1 through 4 here, which makes this 3 through 6. This actually could be green, though. So that's not ruled out. Orange has to be one of these three. We don't know which. Blue-green as pairs. So that's not helpful right now. We're going to make these specifically yellow and pink. So pink means this can't be pink, so this has to be the yellow one. That means this can't be yellow, so this is the pink one here. Pink means this can't be pink here, so that's yellow, which means this is pink here. Well, interestingly enough, yellow has to be one of these two digits here. Because it can't be red and it can't be orange. It can't be red and it can't be in these two columns because of yellow's in the column. So we know yellow has to be one of these two, which means yellow has to be less than orange. So that means we can never have a 9 there. That means pink can never be 5. That's interesting. Pink has to be one of those two. It cannot be here because we have all 4 colors there. So we know pink has to be there. Okay. That's interesting. Red has to be one of these 3. That doesn't really tell us much. We have... we don't know. Shoot. Orange is here. Here cannot be here. So one of these two is orange. Blue then has to be one of these two. We don't know. Pink is definitely here. Pink cannot be here. It could be, I guess, this one. Oh, this is a blue-green pair. So green cannot be here in box 4. Can't be here in box 4. It's one of these two. Interesting. That doesn't give us as much information, though. Pink is here. Pink is here. Pink has to be one of these 3. We don't know which. So does yellow. Interesting. So pink and yellow both have to be there. Huh. Interesting. That doesn't tell us too much, though. Orange can't be here. Orange can't be here. Okay, where is orange in box 2? Orange can't be here. Orange can't be here. Orange can't be on the arrow, and orange is not red. So orange has to be one of those two. Orange can't be here because of the orange-red pair in the column. So in row 2, orange can't be here because of oranges in the boxes. Orange can't be here. So this must be orange here. That means orange cannot be here in box 4. It has to be there. Okay. We don't have that much information. We know orange is one of those 3. Hmm. Uh... Mm, 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 mm. Hmm. Orange, yeah, yellow has to be less than orange. So orange cannot ever be 5. So orange is not 5. Red then can't be 9. So we are guaranteed. Well, okay, it's 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 8, and 9. Where is the 7 in box 1? Can't be here, so 7 has to be one of those two. Remaining digits have to be 1 through 4 in box 1. And this is 1 through 3, 4, 7. Um, huh. Um, hmm. What else do we have? 7 cannot be here. So 7, this is definitely pink, so that can't be 7. So 7 could be here or here. Can 7 actually be here? 7 would have to add up with yellow, which is at least 5. So 7 cannot be here, which means we are guaranteed 7 has to be here in row 5. So orange cannot be 6, which means red can't be 8. So this is 7, which makes this 1 or 2 to add up to 8 or 9. Okay. So if this is 5, if yellow is 5, that means orange would have to be, that would mean red would be 6, so then orange would have to be 8. So this would have to be 5 and 3 if that were the case. If orange is 6, again, red would have to be 5, so therefore orange would be 9, and this would have to be 6 and 3. Otherwise, orange is 8, or sorry, yellow is 8, which would mean orange is 9. So then to add up to 9 there, it would have to be 1 and 8. Okay. We do know 5 has to be one of these 3. Hmm. This is again 6, 8, or 9. This cannot contain a 7. And we can't have... So these have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7 in the rest of box 3. This can't be 7 because of 7 in the row. This has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 in rest of row 2. This has to be 1, 2, 3, 4 in the rest of box 6. Same with column 9. Same with column 8, but we could also have a 7, obviously. So what can this be? This could be 1, 4 adding up to 5, 2, 4 adding up to 6, or 1, 7 adding up to 8. So all of those could be satisfied. Remaining digits in column 2 are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. 7 cannot be here because of 7 in the box. So to add up to green, it's only 1, 4, 2, 3, or 2, 4, adding up to 5 or 6. So green has to be a 5 or 6, and blue must be 8 or 9. Well, this is going to be blue or orange, so this must be 8 or 9, which makes this a 5 or 6 there. These two digits must add up to 6 or 5. So this would be 1 through 5 here. This is orange, so it has to be 8 or 9. Interesting. Now, right now we don't know. Interesting. We don't have red is the circle, is the center of a circle. This is not 5, 6, it's 8 or 9. Okay. So what happens? What happens if green is 5? If green is 5, then it must be the sum of 1 through 4 here, which makes this 5 or 6. So this would be 1 through 4. This would also be 1 through 4 here. And you could not have 1 through 4 in these cells here. It'd be 5 and 6. That would be fine. Hmm. This cannot have 5 or 6 in it. So if this is 8, this has to be 1 and 7 to add up to 8 because we don't have 2, 6, or 3, 5 available. If this is 9, there's no 4, 5 or 3, 6. So it could be 1, 8. Well, this can't be 8 there. So that would be 8 and 1 if that's that way, or 2 and 7. We don't really have that much more information, though. This digit cannot be 5 or 6. Because yellow and pink can't be here, and orange can't be here. It can't be 8 or 9 because of the 8, 9 pair in the column. So this is also 1 through 3, 4, 7 as a possibility. Red is here. So red cannot be here because of red in the row. Where is red in box 4? It has to be here. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So if so we know this is 1, 2, 3, or 4. This could be obviously 1 through 6. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 triplet here. The other 1, 2, 3, 4 has to be here. And we have a green 5, 6 being there. That means we have to have an 8, 9 being here in column 3. And it can't be red or orange. It has to be the blue. So this is the blue 8 and 9, which means this can't be blue 8 and 9. It's orange, which must add up to 10 or 14 with the red. So this is red, which means this can't be red here. It's orange, which means this can't be orange here. It's red. So no 8, 9 here, no 5, 6 here. This can't be 1 and 8. So this has to have a 7 here, which eliminates 7 in the rest of the column. So this is 1 or 7 or 2 or 7 adding up. That was pretty cool. This can't be orange anymore. Orange can't be here either because of oranges in the rows. So this must be orange there, which means the remaining digits in box 9 are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. But this can't be 7 because of the 7 having to be one of these digits here. So we have a guaranteed 7 here, which means this can't be 7. That means we have a guaranteed 7 here. Okay. So let's go through what happens if we have green be 5. If this is 5, this is 5. That makes this 1, 4 or 2, 3, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruplet in row 5. Therefore, that would force this to be 3, 4, 5, or it would be cannot be 1, 2, 3, 4. It would be 5 or 6 here. And since we know green was 5, then this would be 5 in that instance. So this would be 5, and then that would be 2, which would force this to be a 1, 4 pair, because we don't have... So this would be a 1, 4 pair, which would force this to be 2 and 3. This couldn't be 2 because of 2 in the row, so this would be 3, and that would be 2. So that's if we had... So therefore, this would then be 1 or 4 here, and we'd have 1 or 4 there. That's if green is 5. If green is 6, this has to be 2, 4 as a pair. This would then be 1 and 5 to add up to 6. And that would eliminate 1, 6, and 2, 5 here. So this would be 3 and 4. Obviously, 4 couldn't be here because of the 2, 4 pair in the box. So then this would be 3, and this would be 4. So we'd have 3, 4 here. That would force this to be 2, and that 4 there. And... Let's go through the complete set here. So again, green is 5. That would mean we have 1, 2, 3, 4 as quadruplets here. So you would have to have 5 or 6 here, and since this can only be green, it would have to be 5. Blue would be 9. Okay, so in that instance, blue would be 9. This would be 5. It would have to be 2 and 5, which meant that couldn't be 2, 3. It would be 1, 4. Therefore, this would be 3 and 2. This would be So you'd have 5 in green and 9 in blue. So this would be 8. You could not have an 8 here. So that would force this to be a 6. And you'd have to have 6 and 2 here. But that doesn't work. Right. Because this has to be 5. But we can't have 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 here. And the only options would be 6 and 8. But we need that to be 5 because of the green. So therefore that proves that green can never be 5. Therefore, green has to be 6. And since we know green is 6, so green is 6. That means blue is 8. That means orange is 9. So we don't know which one of these is... Oh, this orange eliminates orange there, so that makes that orange there. So orange is 9. And red has to be 5. Okay. Well, we know this, to add up to 6 here, we don't have a 5 available, so this has to be a 2-4 pair. Therefore, this can't be a 2-4 pair because that would eliminate all possibilities for that cell there, so it must be 1 and 5, and 5 eliminates 5 there, so that's 1 and 5 there. This can't be 1, 6, it cannot be 2, 5, it must be 3, 4 here. And this can't be 4 because of the 2-4 pair in the box, so this is 3. This can't be 2, 3, or 4. It's 1. This must be 3, which makes that 4. And that leaves this as a 6, but the green is not there. So this must be 6 or 8. Pink is 6 or 8 also. So this cannot be yellow. So we have a yellow pair here, and it's 6 or 8. So this is 6 or 8 as a pair. 4 eliminates 4 here, so this is 2. Which makes that 4. No 6 or 8 here. It cannot be 5 because of 5 in the row and box. This is 9, so this must be 2 and 7 to add up to 9. That eliminates 2 in the rest of the row. 1 eliminates 1 here. This is... Oops, 6 and 8. Don't know which. No 5, no 9. Okay. This adds up to 9. So we have 6 or 8 here. And then we don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's possibilities. This can't be 1 or 8. This can't be 6 or 4 because of digits in the column. Also, this is a 2, 3 pair, which eliminates 2 and 3 in the rest of the column. So to add up to 9, we don't have 1, 9, we don't have 2, 7 available, we don't have 3, 6 available, and we don't have 4, 5 available because of the 2, 3 pair, 2, 3, and 5 in the column. So this must be 1 and 8. So we have 1 there, that's 8. We don't know what thing that is. So this eliminates 1. This 2, 3 pair eliminates 2 in the column. So that's 7, that's 2. That eliminates 2 in the rest of the column there. 1 eliminates 1 in the rest of the column here. This can't be 8. Where is 6 then in row 3? It has to be here. So this is 6. This is the orange-yellow pair. Sorry. Yellow-pink pair. I don't know why I get orange. So this is 1, which eliminates 1 in the rest of the row. We have 2 and 3 there. We cannot have 1 here because of 1 in the row. 2 and 4 eliminate 2 and 4 in the rest of column 2. 3 eliminates 3 in the rest of column 3. We have a 1, 2, 4 triplet in box 1, which eliminates 1, 2, and 4 in the rest of the box. This 3, 7 pair eliminates 3 and 7 in the rest of the row, so this can't be 3, it's 2. This can't, that forces this not to be 2 or 3, and this not to be 2. That leaves this as 3, 4, and 7 in the rest of box 2. But this can't be 4 or 7 because of 4 or 7 in the column. So that makes that 3. There's no 3 here. No 3 here. This is 4, 7 as a pair, which leaves this as a 3. That eliminates 3 in the rest of the row. Remaining digits here have to be 3 or 4 because we have a 1 in the column. That means one of these digits here must be a 1 because of the 1, 3, 4 triplet there. That eliminates 1 in the rest of the box. This adds up to 6 or 8. We have a guaranteed 3 cannot be here. Adding up to 6 would be 2 and 4. Adding up to 8 would have to be 1 and 7. So this cannot be 1 there. So this is guaranteed to be 2 or 4 or 7 here. You have either 2, 4 adding up to 6 or 4 or 7, 1 adding up to 8 here. So that's 4, 7. One of these is 4 or 7. That eliminates 4 and 7 in the rest of the row. Okay. Where is 2 in row 9? Can't be here because of 2 in the box. One of these must be 2. So that means 2 can't be here. So then 2 has to be here, which makes this a 7. 7 eliminates 7 here, so that's 3 and 7 there. 3 eliminates 3 here, so it's 1. Okay. Remaining digits of column 4 are 1 and 8. This can't be 1 because of 1 in the row, so that's 8, which makes that 1. Remaining digits in column 8 are 4 and 6. This can't be 6 because of 6, 8 pair in the row, so this is 4, which makes that 6. The remaining digit here is 3 or 4. Okay. This is 7 and 2, adding up to 9. So this is 2, which makes that not 2. That's 3, which makes that 2. That eliminates 2 here. 3 eliminates 3 here, so this is 1, which means yellow has to be 8. So this is not yellow, this is not pink. We have yellows as 8, pinks as 6s. Okay, that eliminates 2 here. This has to be 1 and 7, adding up to 8. So that makes this 1, that's 7, which makes this 4, which makes that 7. 1 eliminates 1 here, so that's 2, which makes this 4, which makes that 1. 1 eliminates 1 here, so that's 4. No 4, 7 here. 7 eliminates 7 here, so where is the 7 in box 9? It has to be here. 1 and 4 eliminate 1 and 4 here, so that's 3. This can't be 3 here, so it's 2 and 3, which eliminates 3 there, so it's 4 and 3. 3 and 4 eliminate 3 and 4 here, so that's 1. And eliminate 3 and 4 here, so that's 2. 3 eliminates 3 here, so it's 4, which makes this 3, which makes that a 4. Congrats, I hope you enjoyed. This puzzle was inspired by Paintball by Tallcat. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Fairly straightforward, I guess. The execution was fairly difficult, actually. I would say the execution was probably challenging level. Because you couldn't make a mistake somewhere. The logic made a lot of sense, though. So, I don't know. Very nice use of the arrows and the cages to restrict things. That was very, very cool. And so it gave us a lot of information without seeming like it was a lot of information. So that was really nice. And then it was basically just a matter of plugging things in and seeing where things led to contradictions, right? So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.